Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Kyle. Now, the journey to owning a Tesla Model 3 Performance begins today. This is part one of a two-part series where I'll walk you through the entire experience from ordering the car to getting ready for delivery, and next week, we'll finally pick it up. So let's dive in. So a couple of weeks ago, I officially placed the order for a Tesla Model 3 Performance. The process was surprisingly simple. Tesla's online ordering system kind of feels more like shopping for a new gadget rather than actually buying a car. You pick your model, configure the details like color and wheels, and then just hit that order button. Simple as that. So I've actually been looking at Teslas for a while now. I was really interested in when they first came out. They were kind of like the groundbreaking company when it comes to EVs. I even had a deposit down for a Cybertruck when it was first announced like 4 or 5 years ago because I thought it looked so cool. But now that it's like kind of become real, I kind of wanted to share that with you all, share the experience, and again, just walk through what it's like for me and how it's been from, ordering the car to getting ready for the car. And then now next week, we'll pick up the car in part two of this little video series. So the website, again, is super intuitive. For me, it was all about getting the stealth gray. At first, I was kind of leaning towards white with the Model 3 Performance because it looks super clean. But when I was looking at different things, in order to really get and take advantage of that $7,500 tax credit that you get for the car, which now they just reduce the price of the car at the end. They don't, before you had like file with your taxes, I believe, and then you get that credited back to you. But now it just comes off the price of the car. So for me, it was looking at what I can get the most out of for that $7,500 tax credit. So there is an MSRP cap. If you're not familiar, there is an MSRP cap of $55,000 to get the $7,500 tax credit at this time. And what that means is with the Model 3 Performance being at $54,950, you don't really have any room to upgrade or to get a different color of the exterior. Now with the Performance model, you do get the option to have a black or the black and white interior. Typically that is something that you have to pay for, but you get to choose the interior color for free, essentially. So for me, was it worth getting, or was it going to be worth it getting a white or a red or a blue or even like the really cool Quicksilver color? Like, is it worth paying for that and then losing the tax credit? I didn't think so. I really do like the stealth gray color. I think it looks really clean, especially in person. I think it looks really solid. And when I was kind of talking to one of the advisors at the Tesla store, they kind of mentioned that, what a lot of people do is get the stealth gray, get the $7,500 tax credit, and then you can use that money that you save to wrap the car or to, essentially, wrap it and then put whatever color you want on it. And then that's kind of twofold. You are protecting the base paint if you want to resell it, I guess, in the future. But then you can just have whatever color you want. So I don't know if I'm really going to wrap it because I really do like the stealth gray color. But having that savings is definitely an option if I, again, want to wrap it in the future. What I loved is that everything is super transparent. You can see your estimated delivery window, the price breakdown, and even customize your financing options if that is the route that you want to go. There's no haggling and no annoying dealership headaches. I was telling my wife the other day that I never want to go to another dealership again because it's just like the painfulness of going to a dealership and working with at least the car dealers that I've dealt with. If you sell cars or you're in that industry, no, not throwing shade at you, just saying all the experiences that I've had has just been a pain, and I just want to go online, see the price of the product, just like if I was ordering something off of Amazon. I just want to go online, see the price, and buy it, and not have to deal with any haggling or trying to save any money that way. So when I was placing my order for the Tesla, I wanted to make sure that I had 0% interest. I did go the route of financing. because 0% interest, why not? Buying a car in cash is nice if you can do that. However, if you don't have an interest, you could probably use that money in probably better ways. You can invest that money, and then the money that you're making on your investment, pays for itself versus paying for a car in cash and it depreciating, overnight. Although Teslas have a pretty good depreciation or appreciation, I guess, for the car. So that's not too big of a deal. But again, I went the financing route and I had their special of 0% financing. I believe this ended on December 15th. So if you missed that window, then hopefully they run it again next year. But I wanted to get the 0% financing, which you had to do by the end of the year. And then also you get 3 free months of full self-driving. Typically you get 1 month. Just anytime you buy a car from Tesla, you get 1 free month of full self-driving. But they also had another special where if you bought it and then took delivery of it before the end of the year, before the end of 2024, then you would get 3 free months of full self-driving, which I definitely wanted to take advantage of. So again, I wanted to get my order locked in and picked up, as we will next week, before the end of the year, to keep those special promotions. So after placing the order, the first step in getting ready was setting up for home charging. Tesla offers a wall connector that's highly recommended for faster charging at home. And then they have a mobile connector, which you can kind of take with you. And it does come with the 120 volt plug and the 240 volt plug. So again, if you already have an outlet in your garage and you don't necessarily want to pay for the wall connector or to get it installed, you can just buy the mobile connector and then use that. That is the route that I went with, was getting the mobile connector, but I also hired a local electrician to come in and install a NEMA 1450 or a 240 volt, or just, like one that your dryer would use, plug next to my breaker in the garage. Having the mobile connector and having our electrician just install a simple NEMA 1450 outlet in our garage was the easiest thing, and again, less hassle and less money up front. You're already paying a lot for the car. The electrician and getting your house charging ready, and then all the accessories that you want to buy, those add up quite fast. And that brings me to my next point, is looking at all the accessories. I feel like I've talked to a few Tesla owners that I know personally, and just some mutuals that I'm friends with on Instagram and Twitter. And it seems like it's very easy to go down a rabbit hole, even on Reddit, of just Tesla accessories. It seems like the Tesla community is super high on accessories for the car and getting it all, decked out the way that you want it to. And never in my life, I don't think I've ever bought an accessory for a vehicle I've owned, except maybe like a phone holder or like a phone mount or something. But with the Tesla community, it seems like, you got to get all your floor mats, you got to get your storage bin, containers, and whether you want mud flaps on your car or to wrap it or to get tint or to get a screen protector. It's just like there's so many things that go into Tesla accessories. It just kind of is mind-boggling. But for me, right now I just got floor mats that I ordered, and I think that was it actually. I only have floor mats. So I mean, if you have any Tesla accessories that you think are necessary or like super recommended, definitely let me know in the comments, because I'm always interested in what people who have Teslas think makes their driving experience better. So I'm all about that. So again, if you have any accessory recommendations, please let me know down below. The Tesla app is also another game changer. Even before the car arrives, I've been pretty much exploring all the features, setting up my profile, learning about all the controls, and definitely getting hyped for the delivery day. In the app, again, you have a full kind of step-by-step process of what you do. You can register the car, and then you move on to, scheduling a delivery date, finishing any financing that you have, getting all your insurance squared away, and then it just kind of walks you through everything. Super simple, super easy, and there's not a whole lot of things that, that could go wrong. It seems like, again, it takes you step by step, and the experience, again, is super seamless, super nice. And if you do have any questions, there's always someone that you can just chat to in the Tesla app that responds pretty quickly. So I kind of mentioned it before, but let's quickly talk about financing and insurance. Tesla's website does offer an in-house financing option, but of course you could always shop around for better rates. But as I mentioned before, they are currently having 0% interest, and you can't get better than 0% interest. So I just decided to finance my car with Tesla themselves. It's always good to compare offers if they don't have any promos going on. I also made sure to get insurance quotes specific to EVs, since they can kind of vary depending on the provider. As a pro tip, make sure your insurance includes comprehensive EV coverage. This includes the battery, and definitely check if your provider offers perks like free charging credits, because with Allstate, which is who I have, they do offer that, and it's definitely a plus. I did forget to mention that if you do install a home EV charger, there is a tax form. I don't know off the top of my head, but you can fill out that tax form, provide the receipts that you paid for a charger, and also provide what it cost you to have an electrician install the charger or install the outlet, and you actually file that on your taxes and get a little bit of a tax cut there. So lastly, I've been prepping for delivery day pretty much every day, it seems like, this week. I finally talked with Tesla last week, and we got my schedule delivered for next Saturday. I believe my car comes today or tomorrow, or maybe it's already there. And so I've been kind of working with different things. I've been watching a ton of YouTube videos, on getting ready for delivery day. Tesla recommends checking a few things before you pick up the car, like making sure you have your driver's license, and your payment method for your final deposit or whatever is ready to go. I also researched a Tesla delivery checklist to inspect the car thoroughly when I get there. I want to make sure that I have everything ready. I have my checklist, a camera on my phone, probably notepad, just kind of going through the checklist, making sure that everything is good before I give them the final payment. Because if there is anything wrong, Tesla does a really great job of fixing those issues. Sometimes they'll fix them on the spot, or they can just go ahead and schedule a time for you to come back with the car and get everything situated, especially if you have any, the more major things that would be covered under your 4-year initial warranty, that definitely will take care of for you. But if there's some things like panel gap issues, which they are kind of notorious for, or if there's any scratches that, are deep enough and go all the way through the paint, they want to take a look at. Anything wrong with the glass. There's just getting a solid checklist and making sure that you are inspecting the car thoroughly before you pay them and leave. You definitely want to make sure that everything is notated while you are there. So that's it for part 1. From ordering to prepping, the experience has been smooth so far, and I cannot wait to show you guys part 2 when I actually pick up the car next week and have it here. So make sure to like this video, subscribe, let me know in the comments if you have a Tesla, what accessories should I be getting? What things should I be changing in the car when I take delivery? Are there any pro tips or secrets that I should know about owning a Tesla? I'm excited to get on this journey, and I'm happy to share everything I can with you all. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you in part 2. Bye.